Easy now, it is the One More Thing daily updates, 3 p.m. Just letting you know what's going on with One More Thing because there's loads of stuff. But one thing that isn't happening with One More Thing is awards. So please stop asking me about the awards. Weirdly, in the last 10 days or so, I must have had at least 25 messages from people asking me about the awards. When's the awards? When are you going to start the awards? I honestly don't know. I have no idea. I do not work with Drum and Bass Arena or for Drum and Bass Arena, and I haven't done for quite some time. Full respect to most people at Drum and Bass Arena. Especially Maya, huge respect to Maya. I don't have any part of that organisation at all. I understand why people are asking. It's been an annual part of the drum and bass calendar. It's 15 years. The last awards was 15 years. So it's a staple, and by now people would definitely be campaigning for votes if that is your thing. The awards was a huge part of my life. The awards changed my life. Drum and Bass Arena changed my life. The first awards that I presented was when I was 40. I just turned 40, so I'd never even stood in front of a camera before then. Besides doing like the odd panel moderating, it was actually doing panels at conferences, which made them think that I could do, that I was appropriate for a presenter job. Which we honestly didn't think I was. Like, I'm weird sounding, I'm another fat ass fucking hairy white old guy, like, who needs my opinion? So for a long time we didn't even explore that potential. I'll still remember the phone call that I got, big up Craig, saying, yeah, actually we're going to get you to present it. You've been writing the script all these years, so we're going to train you to present it, it blew my mind, and I will never forget that training, and I will never forget that situation, and the doors that opened. Also, years before when I first started with the company, writing scripts, like oh, do you want to write the script? Like normally we just put something together the night before type of thing. It wasn't the night before, but it was a lot more like, oh yeah, I normally rustle it up, I do an overnighter. It's like, no, I'll try and write it. Like, I'll try and write it. Never written a script before in my life. Written many scripts now. Like, I cannot express how much the award changed my life. It's changed lots of other people's lives as well. For better or worse. Like, it has helped people's careers. And I will say this, like, there was never any type of skullduggery with any of the votes or anything like that. It was always kept incredibly above board. To be honest, whenever the results came in, we were always gutted because our favourite ones would never be the winner. The ones that we thought would deserve, I say we, I need to say me, like I can't speak on behalf of anybody else, but the general tone would be like, like frustration, because the ones that really deserve that type of shout out and really did stand out to us would never get the votes because the people or the music responsible for that type of stuff was always far too credible to be asking for votes. I mean, personally, like, sort of like One More Thing as a label now, I would never ask for votes. If there was a best journalism award or anything like that, I would never ask for votes. I totally agreed with DRS and a lot of other people in terms of awards and not being the right way to rate art, but also I was always fiercely proud and still am of every single awards that we managed to achieve, despite all the conditions behind the scenes and in front of the scenes and around the scenes and online in the scenes. Like, the awards was always a really interesting project. It would always be very intense, but I said last year that I wouldn't do another awards again, not in that type of way. Like, I felt I'd run my course with it. I'm too involved with One More Thing. It was part of my past. So I said, the last awards would be my last awards. When I agreed to do it, I said it would be my last awards. So I don't know if there's going to be an awards this year. Drum and Bass Arena haven't been in touch with me or anything like that. I am nothing to do with them at all. I cannot express enough love for certain aspects of what Drum and Bass Arena did for my career. I had moved from magazine journalism, got an old copy of the magazine I used to make randomly. There we go. This is from 2007, high contrast on the cover, because we've got a high contrast podcast coming up very soon. That's been recorded. So I've been working in dance music magazines for a very long time. And then I moved into food for a little while. I was running a curry magazine, still doing music stuff, but as a freelancer. And I honestly thought that the music stuff was kind of dying down, the food stuff was going up. No, turns out Drum and Bass Arena called me up and they said, come over and run our blog. And that led me to running UKF and stuff like. And then we started doing the presenting stuff, and it changed my life so much. I got a wardrobe of yellow and black clothes, which I still love wearing. Actually, this yellow top is brand new. I've only ever worn it, I've had it a couple of weeks. I do really like the colour yellow, but caps, trainers, loads of stuff that I bought to host the awards in. So I have a collection of amazing yellow and black clothes, and also a tattoo that it used to have the Drum and Bass Arena logo underneath. I just after some unpleasantness, and I realized that you should never ever times a million ever have a logo of somebody else's company tattooed to you. I just went into a tattoo place and asked them to vandalize it. Again, no shade on Drum and Bass Arena, I just don't want their fucking logo on my body for the rest of my life. I'm not even gonna have the One More Thing logo tattooed on me. Actually, I'll put this down on a video now. I probably will end up having the One More Thing tattoo logo tattooed on me. But that's my brand and stuff. You might say, though, getting the logo on my arm was a boo-boo. Which leads me really nicely to the actual news I want to give you today. I Made a Boo-Boo is out today. Tyr Kohout, I Made a Boo-Boo, is absolutely lush. Right? With the magic of editing, we're going to listen to it right now. Yeah, that is the premiere that went up last night. It's the lead single of a brand new EP called The Hunt, which comes out in exactly a week's time. And kind of leading on from Boo Boos, like this time last year, I was trying to promote the hell out of a boat party. If you've been following One More Thing stuff for some time, you will know about this, or maybe you remember this. It was like a boat party full of vocalists. I thought it was the most amazing thing ever. Had Tyr Kohout with his wife, Flo Anastasia. They were launching the start of their honeymoon tour. Like their honeymoon was an EU tour, like going around to really, really cool places, like in Vienna and Paris and London on a One More Thing boat party. We had the Ragga Twins, we had Agman Gora, we had Sydney Bryce, and we had Fathom Audio. Like, it was absolutely amazing, like really, 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 really cool. It was a vocalist boat, but on paper, certainly according to any type of budgets and accounts, that was a massive boo-boo. But it led to us having Flo Anastasia and Tyr Kohout on our stage at Rampage, and now this EP. So yeah, that is what I'm here to say. There's loads of amazing stuff out, but that is not the only release out. There is also plenty of other amazing drum and bass on the Freshest Drum and Bass playlist. And here's Mark to tell you all about it.
What's happening, lovely people? Hope you all had a lovely week. It's your boy Mark Chiz. I want to start off by saying I made a little bit of a boo-boo. I didn't update the playlist yesterday as usual on a Sunday. Reason being, I danced a little bit too hard at the Steelyard on Saturday night for Virus versus Eat Brain and Evolution Chamber. What a lovely evening. Also want to shout out anybody that came and said hello to me. It's always nice to meet people that you've only spoken to and interacted with on social media. But I did, however, update the playlist this morning, and there's plenty of lovely new selections in the wonderful world of drum and bass for you. And I'm going to start off with my pick of the bunch for the week. It's by Catching Cairo, Kelvin 373 and Selector J-Man. It's called Lose No Sleep, and it's an absolutely wicked track. I also want to shout out to BC, who has released a lovely new album. It's called These Are the Days, and there's some lovely selections on there too. there was a massive remix by Dutch Destroyer Pythias. He remixed Inside Info and Miss Trouble's Metamorphosis, and that is a gnarly tune. Also, big shout out to Rebel Music, who dropped their Rebel Alliance Volume 7 VA. Some wonderful selections on there with some great up and coming producers. And yeah, it's been another wonderful week for drum and bass. Hope you all have a lovely week ahead. And I'm going to sign out by saying, in the words of Isaac HP, all of our nans will die, but D&B will live forever. Have a lovely week, guys, and I will catch you next week. Have a good one.